When stuff blows up, that's when you come to the Master of Unlocking podcast. Because I don't know how we're editing this today. I have no idea. Prepare for today to be a shit show.
Yeah.
You know what else was a shit show? The rotisserie chicken bites from Dairy Queen.
You really think so?
They just weren't good.
I kind of liked them.
You did?
Jason, what do you think? Yeah. So we're kind of all over the place on this one.
I'm in between you guys, probably.
Mine were rubbery, like really rubbery.
Oh, I didn't have that.
Like I felt like I could have bounced mine off the floor and got a good few feet out of them.
I could see that if they'd been sitting around for a bit. Like I could see that.
It's time to play. Is it a bouncy ball or is it rotisserie chicken from Dairy Queen?
That's really what it felt like.
So I have a proposal to make here.
Yeah. Yes.
Can we, in addition to ranking the food, can we also rank the experience?
Yeah. I didn't have a great experience either, so I could do that.
Again, I'm opposite of you then, because I actually had a pretty good one.
Okay.
Like the app works. They were pretty quick.
So you went to veterans one?
Yeah.
I went to the college one.
Okay. The only negative, I think I'm gonna dock them a couple points. I'm gonna give them an 8 here because I did have to pull forward into like that weird little alcove and wait for my food. Didn't take very long, but it was still a little awkward. I don't like doing that, so you lose 2 points.
Maybe they should have put the waterfall on that side where you wait instead of like through the drive-through, so you would have been able to just hang out with that waterfall. Because we have the biggest Dairy Queen in the nation here in our community.
Right, and I still have yet to go to it. Maybe I should have gone to that one because boy, was the C team, maybe D team was working this one. It was not good. Although they did give me another side of gravy for free when I went up and asked for one later, because I ate outside. Because this Dairy Queen has the space where you can eat outside with the big fire heater things out there. So we decided to eat outside that night.
Is that a brazier garden? I mean, it's not a beer garden.
Brazier
Dairy Queen.
Brazier is
that's a different thing.
A different thing. That's
if that existed, Logan would be there way more often.
Probably, yeah.
Which do you want to go?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think brazier, is the proper term. But yeah.
I like brazier.
I like brazier too. We'll go with that. Yeah, it just did not have the A team going. There was, when we went up to the counter, nobody there at all. And for quite some time. And there was started to be quite the line forming and it got uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll go ahead and leave. And then finally somebody showed up. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go 7 on the food, 8 on the experience.
4 on the food, 2 on the experience.
Okay.
It was bad.
5 on the food, 7 on the experience. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, the app works. And I mean, look, guys, toast, gravy, French fries.
I'm not rating the toast, gravy, and French fries. I mean, that's its own.
I know.
That is a 9.
You're right.
Yeah.
But the rotisserie chicken was not great.
Yeah, mine was fine. You know, I would rather have a Chick-fil-A grilled nug over those any day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. So what is next week? I feel like we've got some options this week. I don't know why, but the fast food commercials hit me hot and heavy this week.
Well, aren't we doing the...
Are we doing the monster this week? We have the other thing that popped in, though, was the McDonald's chicken sandwich this week. So,
I think we have time for that.
Yeah.
I think we do, too. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a limited time thing. So
unless anybody has a limited time thing, we can finally get we can prove to America that you can't survive 3 of these bacon and cheese sandwiches.
Let's get Jason's heart attack challenge out of the way. and then
we'll hit up the McDonald's.
And if we're still alive.
Okay. I'm okay with that. We can, so Monster Burger from Hardee's this week. Now we're going traditional Monster, not the Frisco Monster, correct?
Oh, okay.
Traditional.
Good call.
Traditional.
Because, I probably would have slipped up.
I might have gotten the Frisco too. That's why I was like,
Frisco's probably better, frankly.
Well,
I mean, if you,
so here's the deal. They have the Sourdough King now.
Yeah.
Well, then
we have to start all over again.
Right.
Yeah. And Wendy's has no such thing. So,
and when we go to the Big Macs, there's now a Big Hardy.
There's a Big Hearty, a Whopper, and a Big Mac. Yeah.
Well, no, it's not a Whopper at Burger King. It's the Big King.
Oh, that's right.
Because it's got the Thousand Island and the pickles and then the bun in between.
Mm.
So like the Whopper and the Quarter Pounder are probably competitors, not the Big Mac and the Whopper. It's the Big Mac, the Big King, and now the Big Hearty. But let's cross that.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Let's clog that artery when we.
Well, if we don't break the bridge while we cross it, because we're so fast.
Yes, that. Let's have diarrhea. No, never mind. Okay. I like Caleb's.
So we're gonna do that. Anything we want to say about games this week before we delve into Jason's top, whatever we're going with?
Yeah,
I don't know if we have a number yet.
Top whatever.
There's a reason that we're not going to talk much about games this week. I told Jason this before you got on, Logan. The new releases this week are 3 ports. That is it.
Okay.
3 ports is getting a 77 on Metacritic.
Okay, yeah. I at least I've started playing Persona 5 Strikers. I don't like the combat.
No. I mean, you are correct. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you.
Yeah, there's too much going on. It's out of control and not great. But I still like story and everything around it.
I'm right there with you, man.
Okay.
We are simpatico.
Mm-hmm. And Haru is terrible and completely useless, and no one should ever play as her.
Fair enough.
Hmm?
I haven't made any progress, honestly. So.
Oh, okay. I'm 4.5 hours in, just for reference. So, okay. All right. Moving on. Jason, your list of top, what are we going with? Top 50, top 100, top
All right.
Dingleberry.
Here we go. Let's see if this works. Do you guys see
screen sharing?
Yep.
Does everybody see my screen?
You're the Boars and Bernstein soundboard.
Yeah, I was trying to find something for Caleb.
Boars I was trying to find Bernstein. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, see, there you go. You get in trouble.
I can't even do it.
You get in trouble. Yeah, for that word. They can't even say that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he was talking about Mark Trustman, and then I found out that Terry's alive, by the way.
Okay, good. I'm glad he's still. I like that the other the related searches is just 83.
Yeah, 83 Nation. But they're gone. The soundboards are gone. So anyway, how do I move? Can I move this? Can I? And we're on the fly here. All right. I won't spoil the conversation, but what's down here, boys? Ooh, you'll just have to wait and see as we go through all 87 of my favorite games of all time. There's just the hard cutoff there where everything starts to mush together after Turok, the original Turok for N64. Coming in at 86, we've got Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Uncharted 2, God of War 2018. That seems like it's pretty far down, right?
That seems really low.
I understand, but
okay.
I wrestled over that actually as I was looking at the bottom of the list, but I do like it. I don't like it as much as Doom 2016. I don't like it as much as Star Wars Shadow of the Empire for the N64. I played Logan, you play this?
I didn't like it though. Dash Rendar, not my guy. I really
liked it a lot. I think it was mostly the AT-AT combat where you could wrap it around and knock it over. Also lower than you'd think, right? Look, here fairly recent, Resident Evil 7. So we've got 2 bangers from recent vintage that are really low on my list, but I like them enough. And maybe we talk about this a lot, but maybe that's recency biased that it's even here. I don't know. So let's keep on keeping on. Onimusha for PlayStation 2. Logan, did you ever play Onimusha? I doubt Caleb did.
Nope. No, not an Onimusha.
It is, if I could compare it to a game of this current generation, Neo. It is a Neo-like game. Was one of the first one of those I had ever played and looked really good on the PlayStation 2. Good combat. The first Mortal Kombat entry at 79, Mortal Kombat 2. I think I don't want to spoil anything, but I've never I'll ask you guys this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a favorite franchise, Logan? I think I know the answer.
Yeah, it's number 78.
Okay, yep, got it. Okay, cool. Timely. Caleb, do you have a favorite franchise, like series of games?
Yeah, the Cyberpunk franchise.
Oh my God. all 2,077 of them?
Yeah. 1 through 2076 were okay, but this last one has just not been that great.
It's not hitting that.
It's the new, yeah.
I mean, it would be Final Fantasy for me.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
So I think I honestly have never had that thought personally until I looked at this list, and now I'm realizing, oh, I do have a favorite franchise. Kingdom Hearts 3. You know what, Logan? You know why this is on here?
Kingdom Hearts 3 is not on your list.
Sorry.
Okay, you saw Tekken 3.
1.
Yeah.
Sorry. Kingdom Hearts 1. Sorry. What's the main theme? Not Melody of Memory. What's the name of
Simple and Clean.
Simple and Clean?
No, the theme, the Kingdom Hearts theme.
Oh, Dearly Beloved.
Dearly Beloved. Thank you. That alone earns its way onto the list because that song is just, it's unbelievable. It's so good. Tekken 3, played a lot of Tekken 3 for the PlayStation 1, which led into another Tekken game that is higher on my list. 76, Tenchu Stealth Assassin for the PlayStation 1. My first true stealth experience, heavily inspiring the other side of Sekiro that is not combat based. And what do you call that, Caleb? Armor breaking? What would you call that style?
Stamina something? I don't know.
where you build up the gauge, right? And then you finally break their armor. That's not in Tenchu, but Tenchu, all the stealth elements from Tenchu are in Sekiro, which is kind of neat. Resident Evil 2, the PlayStation 1, let's clarify, version of Resident Evil 2, number 75. Fear Effect 2, same kind of game, still backgrounds, pre-rendered backgrounds with animated effects around it. Do you guys know anything about Fear Effect? PlayStation 1? Have you even seen footage of it?
I just know it was made by IDOS. That's all I know. I feel like there was a commercial all the time playing like during like Raw from like the Attitude Era that was like Fear Effect made by IDOS.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that tracks. Caleb, you?
Nope. Not a clue.
Yeah, I would if there's another game a few games up that is much like these two. And so if you're curious, there's obviously tons of YouTube footage. Caleb will like this. Final Fantasy IX.
Another game with pre-rendered backgrounds.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Look at all these pre-rendered backgrounds. Oop, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Die Hard Trilogy. Logan, you ever play Die Hard Trilogy?
No, that's when I saw that on your list. I was like, what is that? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've ever touched it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's like 8 different kinds of game in one. So Die Hard 3 is kind of like a GTA light. Die Hard 2 is a first person shooter, and 1 is like an adventure game. It's crazy.
Sure.
And it's actually pretty good. PlayStation 1 game. Really like it a lot. Dino Crisis, lots of PlayStation 1 in here in the early going. Pre-rendered backgrounds, basically Resident Evil with dinosaurs. Right? Caleb, did you recently try this?
For like 10 minutes.
Yeah, fine. The best 10 minutes of gaming in your life. All right. I played N64 GoldenEye just as much as anybody my generation. So it's kind of got to be on the list just because it probably isn't great, but boy did I play a lot of it. Star Fox for the Snes. That I don't know. What did they call that? The FX chip, Logan? What do they call it?
The Super FX microchip.
Thank you. I knew you would know. Yeah. I was really impressed with this game as a kid. I still really enjoy it. This is supposed to be Kingdom Hearts 2. I apologize.
Whoa.
Sacrilege.
Yep. I know.
Whoa.
You have
Kingdom Hearts 2 higher than Kingdom Hearts 1?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You've got problems, sir. I don't even know. We may not be able to talk anymore.
Yeah. They're just to piss Logan off.
Yeah.
Comic Zone for Sega. Either of you guys play Comic Zone?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Comic Zone is good.
Relatively recently. I think I borrowed it from you.
Did you really?
Yeah,
awesome.
a couple years ago, I think.
Okay. Good game, right?
Yeah.
Like awesome. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Sega games. 66, the first season of The Walking Dead, I guess that should say, huh? Like
that is the Telltale Walking Dead, correct?
Yes. So for first season. Swayson? First season.
Hey,
so.
Typing when someone's watching you is never it's never fun.
Yes.
More Sega. Sonic and Knuckles. Oh man. Caleb, have you seen this cart?
Yeah.
The Sonic and Knuckles cart. Oh, it's so good. It's got the whole like Game Genie 32X thing going on where you snap the other game into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just, I could just hook those cartridges up all day. Speaking of Sega, the first basketball game that I ever loved, NBA Live 95. And I should say simulation basketball game.
Because NBA Jam is...
Yeah, NBA Jam.
I mean, it was great. It might be like a whole 5 spots higher on your list. I don't know.
Maybe it's exactly 5 games better than NBA Live 95. Here is I'm pretty surprised at this, but I don't love Mass Effect the way that I think Mass Effect fans love Mass Effect, but I do like Mass Effect 2 a lot. But I didn't do everything in Mass Effect 2. I didn't complete it. Caleb, did you complete Mass Effect 2?
Yeah. I completed Andromeda, and that game wasn't that great.
How high would 2 be on your personal list? Do you have any idea?
Probably top 10.
Really? No kidding?
It'd be somewhere between 20 and 10, I'm going to guess.
Maybe we'll find out.
Now that I think about it.
Sometime on a podcast, perhaps.
Maybe.
Evander Holyfield's Real Deal Boxing, boxing simulation game for the Sega. You like that game, Logan?
Oh, I created my 4th grade teacher and just let Evander Holyfield beat the piss out of her.
That's amazing.
Notice.
Yeah. This is Lucene. Not a fan.
Caleb, have you seen footage of this game or know anything about it?
No, I haven't.
It's really good.
This is what console?
This is Genesis. For the Sega Genesis.
Okay. So is this sprites or is this...
I mean, technically, yes. It is sprites,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2D. Yeah.
2D. Mm-hmm. You're looking at the sides of the fighters. Mm-hmm. So it's not like a Punch Out or like a Tough Man contest, if you remember that. It's really good. It's really good. It's got jabs, uppercuts, hooks, and then body blows and headshots. And it looks awesome for a Sega game, don't you think, Logan? Like, it looks really nice.
Yeah, and the fact that you could create a fighter in it was I mean, it was limited considering it was a Genesis. So yes, my 4th grade teacher did not quite, match up with any of the people that I could create, but I could put her name down there and I felt good about it.
Watch her just get the piss beat out of her. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time.
Mm-hmm.
Logan,
names here that are very, very difficult.
Well, yeah, right there. Yeah.
Turtles in Time's real good, but Bart's Nightmare, man, that game was a nightmare. That's for sure. That game was hard.
I remember banging my head up against it, but it was almost like, for whatever reason, like too good to ignore, or I just couldn't stop playing it, even though it was really hard. Yeah, and I'm not even a big Simpsons guy.
The concept of it is just so awesome.
Yes.
That you want to like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know. That's back when like difficulty was a feature, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't play now the way it played then. You get what I'm saying? Like, well, of course it's hard because, you got to play it over and over and over to get good at it.
An observation real quick in the middle of your list here. Your list skews a lot older than I thought it would.
This is and it may not as we get into the top 50.
Okay.
But these are like the undeniable, like I had a hard time cutting this down. So I just figured we'd go over all of it just to provide context. Cause I'm having a hard time getting rid of games from my childhood from the list.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they mean something to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, whatever this list shakes out to be is whatever it shakes out to be. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Speaking of NBA Jam, Logan, I played hours and hours of NBA Jam as a kid.
Oh yeah.
You could play it with friends and like I don't know. There's something really special about NBA Jam. Like it was available in the arcade, but the home versions were also really good for those consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Like for Snes and Sega. More like, I don't know. Like it definitely looked better and played better at the arcade, but when you went home, you were certainly still happy to play it at home. It was really good. Here is another Turtles game. Favorite franchise, Turtles. Look at all these Turtles games. Wait, do I have this listed twice?
It's listed twice.
Yeah, I think this
everything gets a bump.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure that.
I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm not gonna look at it.
I think that's supposed to be Turtles 1. Is what that's supposed to be.
Like the Nintendo version?
Yep.
You're sick.
I know.
Is that the one that's like infamously hard? Like
yes, okay. It's impossible, Caleb. And I almost beat it once naturally as a kid. Yeah. It is unbelievably hard. It's stupid hard.
That's
Sorry.
The one with like the underwater bombs.
Yep.
That one. Okay.
So this is this was the first Turtles arcade game, right, Logan? Wasn't it?
No, TMNT Arcade 1989 was.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because there is, and that is a specific separate NES release. Like it's just called Turtles the Arcade game. That came out after that one. So. And
then this one was just Turtles 3, which is the same kind of game.
That is also Turtles 3 is also the Hyperstone Heist. Is that correct?
No. Hyperstone Heist is Turtles in Time.
Oh, that's right.
Light, but on the Sega.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I got them confused. I couldn't remember which was which.
Hyperstone Heist and Turtles in Time are like
the same.
They're not twins, but they have the same assets for the most part, with a different kind of story and a few different levels. This one really surprises me. I love the first Arkham, but I couldn't find a way, as we get into more modern games, I couldn't find a way to get it higher. Like I couldn't do it. Logan, where's this on your list?
Very high. Oh, no. Sorry. City is higher on my list. This is probably where this falls on my list. City for me is pushing top 10, I believe.
Let's hold that thought. Okay. Let's see if there's a theme as we go up. Here it is, Mortal Kombat 1. I went to a pizza place when I was 11 years old, and Mortal Kombat 1 blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. And I don't know if I've ever felt you know how you kind of chase that rush of the first time you see a game? I don't think I'll ever feel the way I did the night I played Mortal Kombat for the first time, because it looked real. Like those were real people. They weren't, they are sprites. They're still sprites, but having them be like character actors on a screen fighting was like, I don't know, man. It blew my mind. And actually, as we talk about people and real people and how they were leveraged creatively, that'll be a theme later on in my list. Mega Man 2 for the Ness. I played that for hours and hours and hours, and my first platformer, and might be the first and only Mega Man I've beat, actually, now that I think about it. I've played them all. The original Mega Mans, not the X's and beyond. Just the NES Mega Mans. But I haven't played them. I haven't beaten any of them besides 2. Music's great in Mega Man 2, by the way. Red Dead Redemption 2, pretty low, huh?
Seems low.
I know, especially because of the argument we just recently had about it on my top 10 list. This is a number 1 of one of my years. It's at 54.
Yeah, this is where we're going to have to start having some. Yeah, do I need to take notes?
I don't know. Probably. Whatever's going to help.
There's a lot of games we're reviewing here.
We're taking this very seriously.
Rockstar. We've got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which I like more than this. Clearly, I think San Andreas is why we have all the nice things we have now, like great voice acting in video games. I remember all of the. Sam Jackson and James Woods, and the voice cast for this game is really incredible. And the story about CJ and Grove Street's really good too. There it is. Sorry.
Getting the damn train is kind of a pain in the ass, but
it's not perfect. There are things about that game that are broken. Like you play it now and it's pretty rough, but at the time, man, it was revelatory. There it is, Caleb. What do you think?
Way too low.
Barely is outside of the top 50. How does that happen?
Yeah.
That should be lower.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I love
like how
that
in
game.
this view too, I'm above you and Logan is below you. So like, I'm like, come on, let's go.
Let's go.
I just don't like the game. Where it should fall on Jason's list, I don't know.
It's like we're literally put like the devil and the angel on the shoulder. Like, come on.
All I know is Red Dead and GTA San Andreas should be above Stardew. In my mind, in Jason's mind, those are above Stardew.
Okay.
But we'll continue.
That's interesting. All right, let's get this second to last page done here. Uncharted 4, another number one for me. Barely makes the top 50. Hotline Miami, of course, belongs in the top 50. Don't have a physical copy of that. Caleb does. Hate you very much. Silent Hill at number 48. Still don't have a copy of this, guys. Don't know what I'm doing with my life.
That's going to be a rough one.
It's probably getting more expensive by the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I just need to bite the bullet next time we're at a convention and just pay out the ass for it.
April.
Yeah. Mario Brothers 3 for the NES. Really like this game. Played it as much as any other kid my age. Logan, big Mario 3 guy?
It's mid-tier in my Marios, probably, I would say. Very, very good game. I mean, because when you look at all the Marios over time, I mean, they're all great games, except for Sunshine. But yeah, Mario Brothers 3, solid game, real solid game.
Caleb,
it's on
Mario
my wall.
3. Your thoughts, Mario 3?
This is Super Mario 3, is it not?
Yeah. Super Mario Brothers 3. Yeah,
you're right. I actually questioned myself on this.
I was like, did I miss that there was a separate Mario series?
No,
yes, completely.
I forget. Like for a while there, I would get confused. Like, wait, did it have to have a Super to be a Super NES version of Mario? Did it have to have a Super in front of it? But no, you're right. It is Super Mario.
Yeah.
Speaking of great Mario games, Mario 64. Hey, it's why we have all the nice things we have now, right?
Yep.
Collectathon. Oh, that game is fantastic.
I got to tell you though, when I went back and played that version on that Super Mario 3D All Stars.
Shut your mouth. Stop it. Shh.
Yikes.
Don't you do it.
I mean, no, granted, was it the greatest thing since sliced bread when it came out? Yeah, but boy, does it not hold up.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate you. It's in the top 50 for a reason. So here's one that really I think about a lot and love so dearly, the first Resident Evil.
Well, yeah,
we were talking about Caleb. You were talking about Resident Evil 7 and replaying it over and over and over. That's what I did with Resident Evil 1. Like I didn't realize it, but I was speed running Resident Evil 1 as a teenager and didn't even know it was, that at the time.
Yeah.
I feel this is too low on your list.
It might be. Yeah, it might be.
Well, we'll have to see what else is there.
Yeah, maybe there's other stuff up higher that I could see this and RE4 being very, very high, and for it to just be in the 45 just seems low to me.
Okay. Assassin's Creed 2. I believe this is the highest an Assassin's Creed game is. I'm pretty sure.
And it's the right game to be that high.
Caleb, what's your favorite Assassin's Creed?
4.
4? 4's pretty good.
4's good.
Yeah. I don't know. Logan, you remember when 2 launched and it was just like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I need the apple. Yeah.
Oh God. Ezio. Oh man. That performance got him 3 games, man. So, I mean, good on him. Mm-hmm. Here we go, guys. The final page. Def Jam Vendetta. Anybody in the house played this game? Anybody?
Negatory.
I've played one of the Def Jam games, and
Fight for New York is the sequel.
Okay, I don't remember which one I played.
These games are amazing. They're a bunch of Def Jam signed artists fighting each other in a what's the THQ style wrestling game? The N64 era wrestling game.
They all had different names. I don't think
there's a name for those. I can't. Yeah, WCW versus NWO, Revenge, all that stuff.
Oh, they have.
There's a name for them. For that style.
Because it's based on who the developer was. I think, not who the publisher was.
Yeah, because it wasn't
Hughes or Hikes or something like that. Ukes. Yeah, Ukes.
Ukes. Yes.
Ukes Games, yeah.
So but it was a PlayStation 2 era, Xbox era game. So it looked amazing. It had a great soundtrack. Mm-hmm. It sounded great. And who doesn't watch? I mean, the moves, Caleb, you got to look this up. Like, you got to watch some gameplay of it if you haven't. It's insane. Like, these rappers are like, you got Jadakiss like doing a 360 in the air or a like a ridiculous like pile driver or variations of the diamond cutter, but like it's all like super over the top, like no human body could do these kind of things. And it's good. They're amazing. Plus the story is really great too. 42 Grand Theft Auto 4. Nico, I love you. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. When that game came out, it's not impressive now, but it was really impressive when it launched, especially on those consoles. X-Men Legends 2. Logan, you and I have a shared fondness of that game.
Yes, we do.
I've also been, for those isometric kind of dungeon crawler games, I've been chasing this for a while, and it's never been the same for me. And it could be just because I love X-Men.
Well, what can I say? What are those called? Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. We're good at that, but the Ultimate Alliance 3 was bad. It wasn't very good at all. But yeah, I think the X-Men Legends games were ultimately better than those Marvel games too. I would agree with you there.
BioShock Infinite comes in at 40. I know this game has gotten a lot of heat over the years, but I think those people forget what it was like to be a part of that moment in that time. And I think about it when it launched and how people reacted to the story. And there wasn't anyone saying anything negative about that game at that time. That's just a fact. That's just the way it is. So I really enjoyed it.
I don't get the heat about it over the years either. I still love that game. I think there was just a little bit of, I don't know. It didn't look as good as the trailer. Oh, whatever. No game does.
I think there were some, I don't know for sure, but I think there were some people that were pointing out potential problems like racist type stuff in there.
It was also part of the story, but
well, yeah, I think I'd have to look into it, but I don't want to discount people's points without like
X-Men, Sega X-Men. Talk about hard. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Super hard. Logan, are you surprised this isn't higher on my list?
No, because it was so freaking hard.
It is hard.
I feel this is probably about the right spot for it.
I think really
you're okay
great
here.
But it's hard. Heavy Rain. I really like Heavy Rain. It's before the David was uncaged. That's what I'll say. I think that game pretty much nailed what it was going for. And maybe the last good game he makes. I know Logan likes Heavy Rain. Caleb, you like Heavy Rain?
No.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine.
No.
Do you like any of those games?
They're always so close, and yet like so far away. I don't know. I have a weird relationship with those games.
You're not the only one, and I can't defend them.
That'll
really.
be my couch. I'll lay down, and you guys can dissect mine and David Cage's relationship.
How long have you known each other? Mm-hmm. How long have you been fighting? What do we need to do to make this marriage work?
What
David
if I told you, maybe this will frame it better for you, but what if I told you that I think that Indigo Prophecy is my favorite of his games?
Hold on. That's what I'd say.
Okay.
I'd say hang tight.
Yeah, that's what I figured that was coming.
Hang on a moment. I do like where your head's at. The original Metal Gear Solid comes in at 36, which we're starting to get into the meat of it, guys. Like I every time I look at one of these, I'm like, and then I go up the list, I'm like, no, and it just, things aren't moving. So, but I played the piss out of that game and love it dearly, but I don't like it as much as I like Dead Space 2.
2. Okay.
2.
2 is kind of the peak.
Yep.
I
yeah.
liked 1 better than 2. But
Did you? Okay. I won't begrudge that. I like both of them, but I like 2 more than I like 1.
As long as 3 isn't above 1 or 2, then you're
That's
okay.
true. I mean, again, I liked 3, but I it's not anywhere near 1 or 2. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think those games looked really good at the time too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with how they looked.
The lack of HUD really helped that game a lot.
How cool is a plasma cutter? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Amazing. How it had the like that the flat like UI with the ammo count.
Mm-hmm.
That was so cool.
You can flip it horizontal and vertical, so as you're just running around, it's just like a constant.
Got something to play with.
Yep.
Yep.
LA Noire is number 34. I really like this game a lot. Love the soundtrack dearly. Makes me sad every time I look at it that we're not going to get Horror of the Orient, but that is what it is. Mortal Kombat 9 at 33. I have 960 achievement points in that game.
What's the 40 you're missing?
Play each character for 24 hours total.
Oh yeah, that's
I got about halfway there. Yep.
You're just like, nah, it's not worth it at this point.
Yeah, that achievement's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So here we are. My favorite Tekken game of all time, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Logan remembers this.
Oh my God, the amount of Eddie Gordo. It took me forever to figure out how to fight you with Eddie Gordo, but I still never did quite pull it off. But I think I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I beat you. That's it. And when I say count on one hand, I think it might be like 3.
That's my Halo record as well, playing with friends in high school. I think I could count my victories on one hand, maybe one finger.
Yeah, we played a lot of Tekken Tag in college. A lot.
And talking about it, like I want it to be higher on my list, but it's just I can't get it any higher. Donkey Kong Country for the Snes. Anyone else here like the Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah.
Games?
I'm a big fan, except for they're way too hard. But
they are hard. They are hard. Man, how good is the soundtrack in those games?
Yeah, it's great.
The mine and then the underwater music. Oh,
and
man,
the way they good. Is that like rotoscope or whatever? The way they animate the characters, so cool. Such a cool thing.
Yeah, that was one of those like. Are you sure this is on a Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Because this looks incredible. There it is, Logan.
There. Okay, I feel better about it. Like that. I thought that you liked
Batman Arkham City.
I
don't know why, but
better. Maybe.
Maybe it was you that I got confused at. But yeah, I always thought Jason liked that one better too.
Then at number 29, V has come to. How good is Metal Gear Solid 5, guys? I mean, so good. I have it higher than Metal Gear Solid 1.
I think it is Game of the Year material.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if only one other game hadn't come out that year, but that's fine. That's neither here nor there. Our collective list for that year, though, this would have been it easily. Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
Logan, what's a Time Crisis 3 cabinet going to cost me? In at number 28, Time Crisis 3.
I don't know, but it's got a lot of quarters from you and I in it. That's for sure.
Oh, jeez.
I could have just bought a cabinet by this point.
Yeah, probably.
If you would have just saved up.
Yeah, we should have just we're gonna play this in 2025 when we share custody of a cabinet.
All right, I'm gonna look it up right now.
You do that while I talk about Gears of War 2, the best Gears of War in my opinion, number 27, Gears of War 2. Logan, Horde mode was introduced, and we were all about playing Gears of War.
I think I can agree with you on that. Gears 2, best Gears of War. Yeah,
you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you do any of the Horde stuff?
No.
Any of that? No.
Okay. I'm just purely based on campaign.
Yep. Okay. Horde was new, and it's before games had a version of it. Like if they had been forward thinking, they would have done what. Who developed Shadow of Mordor? Who was that?
It's WB, but I don't remember who the actual developer is on it.
Well, anyway, the patent on the Nemesis system, Gears should have patented the Horde system. They should have TM'd it. They should have done something. And here's my favorite Silent Hill game, Silent Hill 2. Logan remembers when this launched. We played it together, I think.
James Sunderland. FYI, I can get a Time Crisis 3 arcade machine for $700.
No kidding.
But it's local pickup and it's in Pear Blossom, California, so it's only 1,635 miles away.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see, where's the other one for it? Man, another one in California. That one's a little more expensive. It's going to take me a little bit, but I might find this one somewhere close.
Okay. I think I'm the only one that's played Chronicles of Riddick Butcher Bay.
I've played the beginning of that. But
I played the beginning of it too.
Yeah.
When did you guys do that? Recently or around launch? Years ago.
Relatively recently for me, and it didn't really particularly age super well in the controls department. So
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. At the time, I don't know. I'd have to look at this list, but I think it's my favorite original Xbox game. Because it really pushed the Xbox far, and it helped me not just have the Xbox as a Halo machine, which is pretty much what it was for me, a multiplayer Halo machine. And it was cool because I looked at it and I could tell, like, oh, my PlayStation 2 can't do this. You know what I mean? Like it's just not capable of making a game look this good.
24, that's surprisingly high.
The Darkness?
Yeah.
I love The Darkness. I love everything about it. I love the hopelessness of it. I love the melodramatic story. I love the art style. I love the violence. I love the comic book style. I love everything. I love the mobsters, Caleb. Mobsters, you know me, big mobster guy. Yeah. I love everything about The Darkness. And if you told me it's shit and you don't like it, I totally respect that. I really would.
No, I remember it being decent. I just 24. Wow.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games ever. The way you use The Darkness too, and how you could upgrade it and do different abilities, and it became like a teleportation tool. And I love The Darkness. I could probably play it now and enjoy it just as much. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
My not favorite, regular. Ultimate.
No, yeah, because you gotta have the extra characters. You gotta have your Smoke. You gotta have your Rain. You know, you gotta have your extra guys in there. I think that's the best 2D Mortal Kombat.
You own a copy of that?
I do. Yeah, I own 3 copies of it.
What?
Yeah, on different systems. I own it for for Sega. I own 2 for PlayStation 1. One case is in disarray, and the other one is in good shape. So I think that's why I own 2. There it is. There it is, guys.
Yeah.
There's the David Cage game that
I would still agree on. This is your list, but that's still too high for me. But I do appreciate that it is higher than the rest of his games.
All right. So here's my attempt.
Yeah, and this surprises me a lot.
We're going to go through this, and this is really why you guys are here tonight. You're going to look at my games that are too hot.
Too low, Jason.
So
way too low.
He's your recency bias.
I'm trying to control myself here, though.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
You're going the other way with it. You're counterbalancing yourself too much here.
Okay. All right. So let's evaluate. Let's get into
I'm going to need to see the top 20 here because I'm
right. This is a. I don't want to be too corny. You guys love video games as much as I do, right? Mm-hmm. We all love them. I am having a really hard time with this because I love this game, but I don't know if I love it as much as the games we're about to look at. Okay. And I'm really struggling with that because it feels like to me right now that this is like my 3rd favorite game of all time. And I think that's just because it's right now. So let's look at this. I don't think I love it more than I love Final Fantasy X.
You don't think you love Mortal Kombat more than you love?
I don't know. That's hard. Final Fantasy X is incredible. It's incredible. It's so good. It's so good.
We sat and finished that game in our dorm. You, me, Richard, our RA.
Yeah.
Like we all sat there and cried at the end of that game.
I didn't even know it was Titus at the time. Thought it was Titus.
So did I.
I was pronouncing
on PS2.
Was it really?
Yeah,
good for you.
I bought a used PS2 and I bought Kingdom Hearts on the day it came out, and then I traded a friend Kingdom Hearts for Final Fantasy because he had already beaten Final Fantasy until we both beat them, and then we swapped back.
It's good
Man,
stuff.
that's a hell of a back to back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is why you're on this podcast, Caleb. That's where it really started. So as we look at the rest of this list, let's keep Mortal Kombat 11 in mind.
Okay.
And we'll just keep going through.
Let me ask you this, Jason.
Go ahead.
Did you 100% complete Final Fantasy X with all multiple weapons and everything?
Mm-mm. No, I only played it once.
Yeah, same, Logan. So I'm
3 times for me.
That's a potential argument why maybe you do like Mortal Kombat more than that.
Okay, I'll hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hear it. Okay.
Okay.
Devil May Cry 1. Speaking of games of that era.
Yeah, it was all the same year.
I
good gaming year.
Never played anything like Devil May Cry. Like that really shook me to the core. Speaking of unexpected. When you go to buy the Halo 3 beta and you don't care what game comes with it, and you find the best superhero game that's ever been released.
No.
Crackdown. Oh,
Not
well,
okay.
Game. At the time. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
At the time, Caleb.
At the time, yeah. I can't think of another one at the time.
It did a better job of superhuman abilities and scale and jumping and climbing than anything that had ever done it before.
This was before Arkham Asylum.
Yes, okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yes, this is early. I mean, this is like, when did Halo 3 launch?
It was early. I mean,
2006.
probably, yeah. I would say Crackdown probably came out in 2000. The Xbox launched in 2006. So I'm going to say that I think Halo 3 launched in 08 and the Halo 3 beta launched in 07.
I can believe that.
Was blown away by Crackdown. I couldn't believe how much I loved it. And I don't know. I just
it's higher than it is on my list, but yeah, I'm okay with that.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, number 17, recently just finished, as all of our huge audience of podcast listeners know. Mm-hmm. That's DLC included, but I dearly love that game. Who would think? I mean, that's an up and coming developer, pedigree developer. They couldn't do anything wrong. I mean, whatever they're doing next, I look forward to it. I don't know about you guys. Same. Shadow of the Colossus, number 16. We've talked about this game a lot. We all love it. We all really think a lot of it. Number 15, Manhunt. I had never seen a game that put the word cunt in it before until Manhunt. And I was really, really, really shocked by the violence of this game and the language. I think this is the game that ripped off the Logan remembers this. I don't know if you do, Caleb, but the rated M Band-Aid, where it was rated M, but just for violence, but never like language or nudity or anything like that. Oh man, Manhunt did not care. It did not care. I know you've played a little of this, Caleb, just because I love it so much. But
controls didn't age situation.
Yeah, I believe it. I really like the execution system in Manhunt. It was like, it had 3 circles. There was a yellow circle, an orange circle, and a red circle. And if you were able to be stealthy enough to come up on your target, like the most gruesome kill was the 3rd tier, but you had to earn that because you had to be really careful to earn that kill. Oh boy, here comes more violence. Eternal Champion, Sega CD. Logan, do you remember anything about the ultra-violent version of Eternal Champions?
I do.
Not the Genesis version.
No, yeah, the Sega CD version, and I believe the 32X version also were a little more violent. So for me, the Eternal Champions more violent edition. Now, granted, I'm a bad person. I'm going to start with that.
We all know.
I thought that violent version of Eternal Champions was a ripoff of Time Killers.
Yeah,
because I had played Time Killers first.
Sure.
So now is Eternal Champions a better fighting game than Time Killers? Technically, probably, like from a technical standpoint. But from a introduction to stupid violence, I liked Time Killers better, and they were very much of the same era.
I think the thing that I really liked about Eternal Champions that got me was the background kills. Like, you kick a guy over a pirate ship and a shark gets him. You impale someone on the Washington Monument. Like,
yeah, it was silly.
So
yeah, it was stupid and silly, and it was fine. Yeah, and those were great, but yeah,
it was it was something that I shouldn't have been playing at the age I was. Speaking of Sega CD, Prize Fighter, here's where we were talking about. I would just we've talked about Night Trap recently on the podcast, and like these kind of, what's the name for the just full motion games? Cinema, what? Yeah, FMV games.
Yeah. FMV games. Yeah.
I don't know why, but as a kid, I was just blown away by the fact that there was a real person on the screen that I was boxing. Like, I just couldn't get over it, and is part of the reason why I love video games today. Prize Fighter. There it is, guys. There it is.
Oh, it's a 12. Okay.
Yeah. It has been bumped down a little bit as I reevaluated.
It was at 10, I believe, earlier.
Yeah,
it was the blockade at 10. Okay.
Yep, I did some rearranging. So as we've talked about this, here's MK11 still. Here's all these games. It's only going to get harder. Cuphead, which was my 1 and 2 from that year. What year was that? 17? 18? 18?
7.
So you
18.
switched those in retrospect.
No, this was 1 that year. This was 2.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. On my personal list. It's kind of the 1A, 1B thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really? If I had to choose one, I would choose Cuphead.
Gun to your head, yeah. Did you choose Cuphead? Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Red Dead Redemption. I know we all agree on that, right?
The first Red Dead?
Yes, the first one.
Yeah. I mean, I think the first one's higher than the second one on my list. I don't remember for sure. When I sit down and go through my list, I don't know what that's going to look like, but
yeah, that would absolutely be higher than 2 for me.
The first one.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this the high? Is it higher on your personal lists? Or am I the highest is what I'm asking?
You're probably the highest.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're highest too. I want to say it's
interesting.
It's not that far off though. Like, I don't think it goes below 20 for me, but I think it's in the low teens.
Second best Rockstar game.
Favorite Metal Gear Solid game. Metal Gear Solid 3. We all love this game too, right? I'm pretty sure we all love.
It's I don't think it's my top though. It's not my top Metal Gear.
It's not your top Metal Gear game?
I don't think so.
Wow. Okay. What's yours, Logan?
I think it's 2 or 5.
Interesting. Okay. God, I love 3. I love 3 so much. Everything about it. There she is. Leon!
Yep, I can see that.
Yep. I knew that one was going to be up high. Still think the first one goes higher than where you have it, but
you guys don't know what Lode Runner is.
It's an Apple IIe game.
That's all right. Look at Logan. I played that when I was my daughter's age.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
There it is.
Ooh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too high, Caleb?
No, just we disagree on Rockstar rankings.
like here?
I would switch those two. In my list, I would switch those two, and that would be 2, 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna guess that my 1 is not even on your list. So we'll see. We'll see. We have 5 more spots.
Your favorite game of all time?
My favorite Rockstar game.
Your favorite Rockstar game?
I don't think has made your list, but I could be wrong. There's still 5 slots.
My God, am I forgetting a game?
Is there a certain edition of a game that might come with a a backyard play toy or a PE toy?
Perhaps.
Oh,
that I'm I'm very surprised that that's not on your list at all.
Yeah, no, it would. If I fleshed it out to 100, it would probably be on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that over in my collector's area. The little PE toy. Yeah, it's right there. It's next to
comes with a dodgeball. Yeah.
Bully. We're talking about Bully for any
listening. Bully Scholarship Edition. That's all. That's the thing I remember most about it.
Yeah.
Bully is good. Yeah, but not. Yeah, it's got. Yeah, you guys know me. I'm not as refined as that. There it is. BioShock, boys, number 5, the OG BioShock. I don't know what else there is to say. I really love the first BioShock. Yeah. I love it so much. It's so good. It was so different. Jason, would you kindly advance the list? Yes, I will. Number 4, Halo 2. I've spent a good portion of my life playing Halo 2.
That's for sure.
Love that game dearly. I still love it. I still love those maps. I could play Master Chief Collection and love those maps as much as I always have. And I remember where stuff is. Like, so good.
Do we need to guess the top 3 here?
Go ahead.
Oh, man. I don't know if I can.
It's Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And you got one, Caleb? I feel like I've got...
Could he have Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake?
No.
Okay.
No.
One of those is too hot, you might say, Caleb.
The Last of Us. The Last of Us.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Wait, 1 or 2? Oh, one of them might be too hot.
I think it's 1. I think he didn't include 2 because it's 2 coming in too hot. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you got the 3 though.
I think I got my 3. Okay. All right.
Ready?
Let's see what number 3 is.
Yeah. You called it.
There you go. I watched you play an emulator of that for hours.
Yeah. You
didn't you? And like you just sat there in front of that monitor and just like save state after save state trying to beat Tyson.
Because I did it naturally as a kid, and then it was like, I can't believe I did this. Like, it's so hard.
I watched a guy in college do that. He was playing Punch-Out and Super Mario Lost Levels, and every time he threw his controller, he would pick it back up and switch games. And he did that for hours one night.
I like his style. I like that. That's
Fuck
pretty
this.
good.
I'm going to Mario.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck this. I'm going back to Tyson.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Maybe
we've talked so much about this game lately. Talk about pre-rendered backgrounds. Oh man, I love that game. Love it dearly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
The Last of Us is number 1. Final Fantasy VII, number 2. Number 3, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
So is The Last of Us Part 2 too hot? Is that why you don't want to address it yet?
I think so. So as I look at this, I tried. Oh, man. I've definitely played this game more than a lot of these. That's for sure. Let's go to the 2 hot list and come back. But even like if I...
Okay. You've got a lot of sentimental personal value at the top versus what I would say is a good game. Does that make sense?
That's what's so hard about making these lists is you got to
because your personal, because your personal list is what is. I mean, the reason that game meant so much to you is because you spent a lot of time with that game and everything else. Now, personally, I wouldn't put some of these games up there, but it's on my list. It's your list, so I can't go back to 8-year-old Jason, playing, or I guess we probably meant like 11, playing Prize Fighter to say like, yeah, that game is a top 15 game. So, because I would say if you took a poll of 100 people, I would say 100 people probably won't even have Prize Fighter in their top 100.
Oh, sure.
Let alone number 13. So
Yeah.
that's where I guess, but that game means more to you because of what it was to you at the time and what it meant to you to get a Sega CD and have this be one of your games that you own. And that's.
Okay, I'm going to think about this. Here comes the 2 hot list. You guys ready?
Okay. All right.
Mortal Kombat 11, Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2, the Final Fantasy remake, excuse me, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Hades.
What's the last game on your list?
Turok for the N64.
Death Stranding is probably better than Turok.
You are correct. Let's do that.
But I don't know how much higher up it gets.
Boy, yeah, I would say it probably stops at number 85. Like it doesn't go over Uncharted 2. That makes sense.
I tend to agree with you.
Okay.
Because I do like that game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like it enough to even try to put it in my top 50. I own that game, but
Yeah, I do too. It's on my wall, but my wall is 132 deep. So
we have slotted in Death Stranding, folks. We accomplished one thing tonight.
okay. It's already on the list, so I think Mortal Kombat 11 is.
I think let's go ahead.
Yeah, you need to just take that off the too hot. You've already placed it. It can move still, but you
It can
placed it at
move,
least.
right? Yeah.
So remaining are games from last year: The Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Hades.
If you redid your top 10 list from last year, where would Yakuza be?
3.
Behind.
And Hades would be below it. Would be 4.
It would swap. It would swap with Hades.
So
Yeah.
right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4 from last year.
So they're in this order, is what you're saying. This is the correct order
actually,
of these 4.
yes.
Okay.
Incidentally, they are in order of Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Hades.
Let's play the feeler game here. So is Hades? Do you like Hades more than Death Stranding?
Well, just scroll up to maybe 60 or something, and let's look at that.
Bart's Nightmare.
Is Hades better than Bart's Nightmare? Probably. I don't know. This is your list.
It's your list. Yeah. I mean, in my world it is, but Bart's Nightmare is not on my list. So that's why. I'm going to have these weird personal things on my list. You guys are going to be like, what the fuck is that on your list for?
Same.
I think I found it. So I don't. Nope. Can't do it. Nope.
Not there yet.
Nope. Can't do it. I think it's better than Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I don't think it's better than Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
Personal list, right?
Found its home.
So we have given Hades a slot at number 82. It did make the top 100. Hey, Hades, congratulations. That's nothing to sneeze at.
All right. So going back to, I guess, is Yakuza Like a Dragon better than Resident Evil 7? Because that was the last wall you hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it better than Bart's Nightmare?
Yes.
Is it better than Red Dead Redemption 2?
Oh.
I looked at a hard one and I was like,
Yeah. Make him make some tough calls here.
I don't think it's better than Red Dead 2 in your mind. And, I mean, I know you like that game, but you had a lot of issues with it.
Yeah.
Where I think Red Dead
very passionately about Red Dead 2 for Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point. I don't think you can get past Red Dead.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that you swayed me to make that the channel because I was kind of 50-50 and you guys were Red Dead and God of War.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure your argument swayed me. So I think that's
It's incredible. That game's incredible. It's like a technical achievement, a storytelling achievement beyond belief.
And I think
at
it's
the time
on your list.
Yeah, that's where it gets into like the personal territory stuff. Because I know I like these games more. As much as I love that game and respect it, I know that I like these games more. I like Resident Evil 1 more. I like AC2. I like BioShock Infinite more. Fuck, I even like Heavy Rain more. And that's just a me thing. I understand that.
Okay. So now we're at Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I don't know if I can do this.
Is Final Fantasy VII Remake better than Red Dead Redemption 2?
Here's your out for this one, Jason. Do you consider Final Fantasy VII Remake to be a complete product yet? Maybe this needs to wait until.
I like where your head's at.
I feel so much better.
I think it comes off the list, and it's still too hot. It's just still too hot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be too hot for the next probably 10 years.
I feel better.
Okay,
I do.
Here we go. Is The Last of Us Part 2 better than Red Dead Redemption 2?
Oh yeah.
Okay, absolutely. We'll just go all the way up to like 10.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Is The Last of Us 2 better than Red Dead Redemption?
Oh, how
1?
weird is that?
Yeah.
I don't have that good of memory.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Is it better? Okay. All right. Here. Is it better?
Don't make me do this.
Is it better than Manhunt?
Yes.
Okay.
It's better than a Church
Champions. Is it better than Prize Fighter?
Oh, hold on. Just take it easy. Just give me a second.
You're not okay, Jason. You're not insulting a game by moving it down. That's not an insult.
No,
it's already made your top. You're in your top 10 at this point. So you're talking about a game that's gotten its due. So don't feel bad about moving it down a spot if that's your.
I think it is better than Prize Fighter. Fuck, I think it's better than Persona 5 too.
Better than Cuphead.
Yes.
All right. Do we need to skip Red Dead and go on to like RE4? I mean,
I don't know about Red Dead. Yes. No. Yes, it is.
Better than Red Dead? Okay. Is it better than Metal Gear Solid 3?
Snake Eater.
I mean, nothing's better than Snake Eater, but I mean.
Okay, okay, well, okay, which game made you cry harder at the ending? Metal Gear 3 or Last of Us Part 2?
I don't think I cried at the end of Metal Gear 3.
Oh my God.
Oh, come on. You didn't?
Heartless.
No. Oh, jeez. Someday, Logan, we are going to fight in
block of ice
flower petal
there.
Field, and you're gonna,
I would venture to guess that I have cried at more games than you guys have. That wasn't the one for me.
It's true.
Dude, I cried at the end of the first Spider-Man game. When Aunt May died.
I mean, that's kind of sad. That's not unreasonable.
Did you cry during Heavy Rain?
No.
Oh, no.
I laughed a lot.
I love that game, but I didn't.
I cried at the end of Heavy Rain.
Okay.
There was a lot of heavy rain pouring from my eyes.
Okay. Wow.
You're sitting there like pumping your son's chest. Didn't get you? All right.
I mean, it worked for me.
Those characters were all dead in my game.
So. Everybody was alive in mine, and I was rescuing the son.
I only ended up with just the detective. That's all I had.
Who was the murderer?
What?
Oh, I guess are you the private detective or the cop?
The guy in the trench coat?
Yeah, he was the killer.
Yeah, he was the only guy left alive in my game.
No wonder you didn't like the game.
Okay. I think I need to do MK11 first.
Okay. Is MK11 better than Manhunt?
I'm still okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We made a big jump there.
That was a big jump. Yeah.
You guys are correct. This is why we're having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know me better than I know myself in that situation, because this is a lot of sentimental picks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And these games do mean a lot to me, but they are time and place. And I honestly I don't like, other than Halo 2, I don't know if there's a game that I've played more on this list. Honestly.
And I guess I would also say that, and because it's a sentimental pick, it's your first video game that you loved would be Lode Runner. Does that stay in the top 10 because of that? Or does that fall out of a top 10 and move more of the modern games into there, and your, sentimental games kind of fall into some of those categories? I don't know. I'm asking the question.
I think that one stays put.
Okay.
Because it was like a formative experience, like 5-year-old Jason playing first video game kind of thing. And it was a really good experience. So I think it does have to stay in the top 10. I feel good about putting Mortal Kombat 11 at 10 because it's in my top 10. Even though Red Dead pays that price, and even more so Persona. Like, the more I've done this, the farther down Persona has gone. And I'm literally playing Persona 5 Strikers only because I love those characters so much. Like, I don't care for the combat. We were talking about it. So
all right.
I really do love Persona 5, but
Jason, if I were you, I would put Last of Us Part 2 right behind Mortal Kombat. And here's why. Because didn't you not start Last of Us 2 right away because you were still playing Mortal Kombat?
That is correct. Yes.
So
that is correct.
I would say that's the highest it can go is 11 for Last of Us 2.
I love the first Last of Us, but I don't love it. I don't love Last of Us 2 nearly as much. Okay. I do like it a lot. But I think you're right, Caleb. I don't think it cracks the top 10. And if it, wait, is that it? Is that it?
I think it's a 2, but I could be wrong. I'll look.
Hold on, let me look. Nope, it's II.
Okay.
I've got the big, angry, bloody Ellie box over there.
I just tried to scroll down this list, by the way. I don't know why. I'm sitting here looking at it and trying to scroll. My only other notes would be...
Good man. This is why we're doing this.
I've got 3 notes.
Okay.
I think Red Dead 2 is too low on your list, and so is San Andreas. I think Resident Evil 1 is also too low on your game, or on your list. But I don't know where it moves up to. You know what I mean? Like, I think, yeah, where is it at? 55? But man. Also, the Ness version of the Turtles game should go like way down at the bottom.
It is hard.
It is hard. Yeah, but I guess I'm looking at it going, okay, what was the more enjoyable experience? Like, wasn't it I guess I'm looking at the other Turtles games and going, all of those were a more enjoyable experience than that.
You could be onto something. Especially Turtles in Time.
Well, I think we did the important part at least.
We did. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm in all of the years that I have known you, Resident Evil 1, I'm shocked it's not in your top 20.
Maybe you should do this. Logan, read through that list again, and Jason put an X by each one of those.
There you go, Caleb.
Okay. Red Dead 2, Resident Evil, and I think your Turtles Ness is too high.
Oh, okay. You think those 2 are too low and that one's too high?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's too high, and Red Dead and Resident Evil are too low. Red Dead 2 and Resident Evil are too low.
Since we're talking about games that are like in the 40s and 50s here, maybe that's a off-stream think about for Jason.
Yep, that's fine.
Because we've already gone kind of long here, so
we have. So yeah, that would be just a thought, I guess, moving forward.
So we have the top. Let's do the top 15. Let's do number 15. Prize Fighter has moved down. Persona 5 has moved down. Cuphead has moved down. Red Dead Redemption at number 12 has moved down. And the newly slotted 11, Last of Us Part 2, not quite cracking the top 10, which I'm okay because I don't think it'll ever get past. To Caleb's point, Mortal Kombat 11 at number 10. Metal Gear Solid 3 at 9, 8 Resident Evil 4, 7 Lode Runner, 6 GTA 5, 5 Bioshock, 4 Halo 2, 3 Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, 2 the original Final Fantasy 7, and The Last of Us. And Caleb bailed me out, gave me a stay of execution for the Final Fantasy 7 remake, which, God, I don't even want to think about. I don't want to think about it. It was too hard putting Last of Us 2.
Well, I mean, you can't put it in there yet because it could completely bomb in the next one, or it could be the best game of all time. You just don't know. So,
all right, Logan, I'm looking at Resident Evil 1, and I'm thinking maybe it needs to go a little farther to the left.
There's just so much from that game that.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, this podcast, this entire channel is named after that freaking game.
All right.
So that's why I'm just thinking like that game means more to you than I think you're giving it credit for.
I think you're right.
So just my thought.
If anything, we'll track that as a finding.
Okay. Track it as a finding.
We'll track it as a finding, like Caleb said, and I'll give you guys an update.
Okay.
On how it's going.
So what are we doing next week? There's still shit out next week, right? I mean,
whose list is up? Who's up? I
don't know. I mean, you just want to, Caleb, you want to, I don't care either. Maybe we should both work on it. Okay. Yeah. I have a list going. I just need to.
I have a list, but I think I want to just start from scratch. Because I think that list is way outdated. So
yeah, I have a list and I feel like I need to do the same. Like I need to just start over again and go, well, I think I might just sort it alphabetically.
Yeah, there you go. So you have the
and then the games at least. And then I'm going to go, okay, where do these now fall? Because there's a little bit of thought that goes. Sometimes when something's sitting at number 65, you just go, well, yeah, it just lives at 65. And maybe it should go somewhere else, higher, lower. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, thank you guys.
Monster Burger next week. We've accomplished Jason's list, and we will see you next week, and hopefully have a little more production value back. But I doubt it.